So for this job, I'm using an oil change kit from FCP Euro that includes everything you need to get this job done. We're going to start off by lifting the car to give the drain pan a little bit more room to fit underneath the car. I had to use some penetrating oil on the drain plug as it was caked onto the oil pan. After getting it loose, I recommend removing it by hand to help make less of a mess. While the oil is draining, we can move on to the oil filter canister and begin removing our 1 10mm screw that holds the housing together. Take your time and wiggle out the canister. It's full of oil, so you definitely don't want to drop it. Once our oil is done draining, we can pull out the drain pan from underneath the car and dump out the remaining oil from the canister and the filter. Keep an eye on the level of oil within the canister before you dump it out. You can see some of the contaminants the filter was able to remove for us. After that, definitely give the canister a nice clean with some brake cleaner and remove your oil can O-ring. Make sure to clean the canister's upper lip so the new O-ring sits nice and flush. The new filter is the exact same size as the old filter, but the difference is night and day. The kit also comes with all the crush washers and O-rings you need, as well as some extras. Then you can go back and remove your canister bolt, which has a crush washer on the top that needs to be replaced. The kit comes with two, but you're only going to need one. So now throw your crush washer back on and place the bolt back on the canister housing so you don't lose it. After that, I would take one of the small quarts of oil and fill up the canister back up. The manual states that the canister holds 0.8 quarts of oil, but I'm filling it back up to the same level that the old oil was sitting at. This is only because I don't have a proper measuring cup. And then we can go back and soak our new filter and make sure it sits flush and bottoms out correctly. We're going to rub some new oil around the dry O-ring to make sure that we get a good seal on the canister. After that, we'll carefully bolt this right back onto the canister housing. Next, we're going to move on to the oil drain plug. It's not necessary to replace the drain plug, but it is necessary to replace the crush washer since they're one-time use. Make sure the surface is clean and tighten it back up. Next, we can start to dump in our new oil. But before I do that, I would recommend cleaning the oil cap and the engine port, as they tend to hold a lot of residue. W40 is the ideal viscosity for this engine unless you are in a vastly cold region. But for New Jersey weather, 10W40 will be just fine. The big oil jug from the kit contains 5.3 quarts, which is exactly what the engine requires without the canister. 6.1 quarts total with the filter change. Check your dipstick and add if necessary. Now, to ensure proper oil circulation, we can lower the car, start her up, and let it idle for a bit. And that's it. Drop a like or subscribe if you found this video useful. A full restoration of this vehicle is underway and you definitely won't want to miss it.